So now we're going to get onto the actual meat of this, which is the Greta Thunberg. How do you even say her surname?
I don't know.
Thunberg,
Something like that.
Thunderbreath. I don't know.
I guess.
Yeah, anyway, we all know about her. She's this teenage climate activist who, for some reason, has a very strong voice in the world, and everyone takes her seriously, right? Which is good. There's nothing wrong with saving the environment. We were having this discussion earlier. I think everybody has a period in their young life where they take the environment incredibly seriously. You know, for us growing up, Captain Planet and all that kind of put us on the right path, I think. It was good old Captain Planet.
We're definitely environmentalists as well.
Yeah, dude, I mean, yes, to a certain
not
degree.
Not militantly, but...
As long as I get to drive my V8 car.
Of course. Within reason.
Within reason, yes. Anyway, so this came out. This is a proper report by... Who put that report out? We would have written it down here somewhere. I just want to get it right. The Rhodium Group.
Yes.
Okay, so Rhodium Group put out this report. And what this report shows is that China is currently putting out more carbon than all developed countries combined right now.
I see China's made of carbon.
Yeah, exactly.
Maybe they should stop growing cotton in the desert.
Yeah, it's wasting water. Now, the fact of the matter is that it is now to a point where the data shows that China as a country is putting out more carbon than all developed countries combined. Combined. And so that's the USA and
India,
Australia.
EU, Indonesia.
Everything, basically. Yes. Okay, so that's not good. Now, of course, the sycophants for the CCP will say, oh, but per capita, you know...
That doesn't change the state of the world.
It doesn't change the state of the world, number one. Number two, most still now, like half of China is still in poverty.
Yeah.
And somebody who's sitting there with hand tools in the field sweating away while they're farming is not producing carbon. So, you know, you got to like exclude half of that per capita. They're at least half. They are not. It's a smaller amount. It's the factories and it's the industry and it's the garbage that's going on
and
there.
The wealthy,
just the wealthy. It's not the majority of people. So this per capita thing's nonsense. I know there's other ways to get to that metric, but whatever. The fact of the matter is China as a country is now polluting the world more than every other country combined. Okay, they're the stats.
Correct.
So finally, Greta Thunberg decided to wake up a little bit and say something about it.
Yeah, because we were disappointed that she hadn't been speaking out previously.
She's constantly ragging on the West and ragging on everyone and everyone takes her seriously, but she's never once acknowledged that China's a huge contributor. The biggest, yeah, but a huge contributor to all the terrible things that are happening in the environment right now, especially in the sea.
Right. Yeah.
I keep pointing that out. No one seems to care, but they really are destroying the world's oceans.
Right.
All right? Like, come on, guys. Ripping up coral reefs, out fishing everything.
Hope you don't like fish.
Yeah, hope you don't like seafood. Hope you don't like life. Anyway. So, there's on CNN, so you can see we're not talking nonsense. Although that's not always the best source in the world.
Whatever, it's on everywhere.
Yeah. China's annual emissions surpass those of all developed nations combined, report finds. Okay? So, Greta Thunberg, why did you put that into... Oh, that's the actual official tweet from the Rhodium Group. Says, based on our newly updated estimates for 2019, global emissions reached 52 gigatons of CO2e in 2019, an 11.4% increase over the past decade. China alone contributed to 27% of total global emissions, and the US, the second highest emitter, contributed 11%.
And keep in mind, this is going up.
Oh, of course it's going up.
Right. So this is the thing this ties back to the raps. All this like, we are not carbon emitters. We are not polluters.
Yeah, player one in front of dirty polluters.
Yeah, we stand in front of this bullshit and we're above it. We conquer it. We're the new green technology. If you haven't watched our green technology live video, go check that out.
Check it out, yeah.
But China says that it's something that it's not every time.
Yeah.
And all it does is increase. China's opened more coal plants, more dirty coal plants now. They didn't shut them down like they promised. There's more now.
Yeah, exactly. So they say something to placate people, and they're like, just take my word for it. And then everyone like backs off. Okay, China, do your thing. And then they really get down and they really double down and they do the bad thing even more.
Yeah,
that's what they do.
Way to say.
Anyway, so this is what Greta Thunberg said.
She says, yes, China is still categorized as a developing nation by the World Trade Organization. They manufacture a lot of our products and so on, but That's, of course, no excuse for ruining future and present living conditions. We can't solve the climate crisis unless China drastically changes course.
Okay,
that's
now,
absolutely correct.
I will agree with her. Okay,
yeah,
there we go. I
100%.
think that's a very straightforward thing to say. There's no bullshit.
It's just data.
It's just straightforward. You can't refute that.
It's not opinion.
You can't refute that. But
No.
guess what? Of course, China does want to refute that. Okay, now, before we move on to show you some of the screenshots, I want to read what some of these articles, specifically
Sure.
in
Yeah,
the Global
please.
Times, which is China's communist official state mouthpiece in English, said.
And yeah, again, this is Chinese state media.
Yeah.
Let's quote.
Yeah, I will quote. She said, Thunberg, who at age 15 started skipping school on Fridays for her climate protest, is merely 18 years old this year. She is short of sufficient academic knowledge, study, and lack of sound self-judgment capability. Girl like her is prone to be affected or even manipulated by some political forces. Okay? We can kind of leave it at that. You get the
Sure.
idea. They basically go after her character, which is what they do. You'll see in our Wumao corner in a minute how they do that to us. But
So this is a previous article.
yeah, we wanted to show you the shift.
This is Global Times.
netizens welcome Greta Thunberg to visit and learn. Now, the gist of this article, by the way, is just how Greta Thunberg should come to China to learn how well we're dealing with climate and show the West exactly what's going on. If you read this article,
Very nice.
It's all like, welcome,
Yeah.
welcome, Greta. You know, come. We're going to show you Chinese manners. You know.
This is
Yeah.
the perfect example of how China operates.
So that's 2020, right?
yeah, yeah.
Okay, so this is the next article. These all came out on the same day anyway.
Look at how Global Times rebranded, by the way.
Yeah, look at it. Now it looks like the New York Times or something.
I thought it was the New York Times at
See
first.
that? See how they've copied that? If you go back, okay, and you see that, that's what Global Times used to look like.
Yeah, you're like,
so
that's
you,
Chinese.
You see that and you're like, Global
Yeah.
Times, yeah, it looks a bit pikey or whatever.
Right.
You move on to this one. See how much slicker it is?
Yeah.
Okay, so now don't get
We're
confused.
teaching them too many things.
Yeah. So it says, this is the first headline. It says, Thunberg mocked as double standard environmentalist, puppet of Western politicians for targeting China on annual emissions. So you see how suddenly they take it as a personal insult.
Yeah.
You targeted China. Did she target China?
No.
She just pointed out some facts.
Right. Did you notice, though, they don't even refute that.
Why does she look like Biden in this picture?
I don't know. They obviously go, when they do this, they pick unflattering photos on purpose, though, for people.
I don't know how they managed to make her look like Biden for some reason in my mind.
Somehow.
Anyway.
That expression, I think.
Maybe it's like the
mask?
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, the old man look. Anyway,
Maybe, yeah.
so
Anyway.
you see this one and you're like, okay, so they put out this mocking.
But do you see how they're not even refuting it there?
No.
They're not refuting it.
So I mean, look, same day, a different article with using the same picture.
Yes.
Thunberg may lack enough knowledge to correctly understand climate change.
So is if it doesn't suit them, then they're on the attack. You see how this works?
The data, I mean, she basically said, look,
This is
China's
data.
going to have to change because, look, they're putting out a lot. So what do they
Right.
do? They attack the person. They
Yeah.
attack her character.
Yeah.
Now she lacks
Right.
knowledge.
Right.
She can't understand climate change.
No. We welcomed her before.
Yeah.
And championed her.
Yeah, it doesn't end there. Okay, here's another one. Thunberg's environmental commitment questioned with her silence on Japan's dumping radioactive water.
It's the same author, by the way, and
Yeah.
using the same picture on
mean-
the same day.
Yeah, look, it says April 19th. Let's go back to make sure.
April 9th.
Oh, no, May
sorry.
9th.
No, the first one's May 9th. The second one?
Okay, so the first one is May 9th. But they use the same picture.
Yeah.
Okay, first,
But there's two after that.
yeah. The next
That's
one,
May
May
9th
9th.
by
So two of them on
Lucia.
May 9th, and then
Yeah.
it's like, we got to find something else.
April
What?
19th. But it's
April
by
19th.
the same woman.
Yeah.
Pick a different photo.
I know.
This is what I wanted you guys to understand is that number one, if you say anything against China, it doesn't matter if they've put you on a pedestal in the past, they will cut you down. This is my message for the shills all the time.
Yeah.
You can champion the CCP all you want, but as soon as you misstep even 一点点,
Yeah.
you will be chopped in half.
And look, they keep digging. So
Yeah.
first of all, they give like, oh, she's too young and stupid, and she's
Right.
not educated enough. And then like the whole thing about the Japan dumping radioactive water thing becomes an issue. Then they're like, something else. She
Right.
hasn't talked about that. So Thunberg's environmental commitment questioned with her silence on Japan. They will keep finding ways to attack her character rather than just address the original thing, which is, hey, China, you're putting out more carbon emissions than anyone else. What do you got to say about that?
Right.
No, we're going to attack her character.
Correct.
And that's what they do to us
Right.
all the time.
All the time.
So they'll keep trying to dig up old things like that we may have said or whatever and say, hey, look, he obviously is wrong about China because he I don't know, ate a shoe once or something.
Right.
You know, there'll be some stupid thing that they come up with.
Well, the other thing I was going to say is this is their scattershot approach. So what you're seeing is there's a 500% increase in the national spending in China for propaganda abroad.
Yeah.
And this is one of those examples. This would be abroad propaganda because it's in English.
Yeah.
So what they're doing is increasing their spending and budget because they want to sway global opinion. So they'll put out 3 articles looking identical with very minute differences to scattershot them, right? Not just 3,000s and thousands of these.
Yeah.
Because no one's going to be like us and go and finding all these links and like, you know, those what are those like those boards,
those with like
detective
yarn
boards.
and you have a picture here and like this person's connected to
That's
that person.
us, right?
Yeah.
But no one's going to do that. So they'll see one article, and if they get hit with one, then Global Times or China's going to be like, oh, we did our job.
Yeah, next week I'm going to show you one of my own of those thread boards that I've put together, that we put together, and we're going to show it to you. It's going to be fun.
Nice.
Not that we actually do that. We'll have to make that before the next
Sure.
week. Yeah.
So let Greta be an example to you or to anyone that's out there being a CCP sycophant. Not that she was, but if you do anything to piss off China, even the slightest thing, they will attack your character, not your argument.